Happy New Year! Welcome to Balderdash Academy, the funniest online comedy game show this month. So, tonight, as our visiting professor, we have an equity stage manager who worked her way into film and television, Casey Pratt, and we find out what the city of Christchurch in New Zealand, which part of their city government did they get rid of? What weird position did they just eliminate? But first,
Balderdash Academy, competitive comedy. Good for your health like a yearly colonoscopy. Bring a flask, don't forget your hall pass. If you need a laugh, let me introduce the school staff. Marie Stewart Harmon teaches home economics. See her after class for some home brewed tonics. Sex with me is like Nate Green, cause finishing on top is his normal routine. Coach Steve brings the show's sports knowledge, but he's bad at portmanteaus cause he didn't go to college. Molly McGill spits words like an Uzi. She wins every game but can't name a single movie. They call him Randy Hunt, the theater guru. He'll always almost win like deja vu do. Carla Rose Dubois, you better watch your back. She's notoriously known for teaching music facts. And Bob LeBlanc gets no disrespect. Don't talk back, cause he's technically correct. Yes, let's go. Balderdash Academy, baby. Alright, sit down, class is starting.
Marie won the last episode with the closest margin in Balderdash Academy history, less than 1/2 of 1 point. Molly, as the runner-up, what are you going to do tonight to prevent that from happening again?
I've been eating a lot of chocolate and I'm drinking chamomile tea, so it's going to be one heck of a combo.
Okay.
Wow, she's getting amped up.
Good answer. So, our visiting professor today is Casey Pratt, equity stage manager that's worked her way from film into television. Casey, welcome to Balderdash Academy.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. So for those new to the show, Casey has agreed to be the scorekeeper tonight while our faculty members compete for the coveted reigning champion banner. Coveted by who? Who knows? Now, our faculty will divvy their expertise in a series of comedy games, at the end of which Casey will award points to the faculty member that she likes best. Now, she's not looking for the correct answer. Thank God, or we'd be here all night. She's looking for the best answer. The points are arbitrary and can be awarded to anyone for any reason. And at the end of the show, the faculty member with the highest point total will be named the reigning champion, because otherwise we wouldn't have a winner. So, all right, so our first game today is Give Me the Details. I will reveal an interesting bit of trivia, and our faculty member who know the whole story will fill in the details. Tonight's bit of trivia is that in October, the city of Christchurch in New Zealand announced that they would be parting ways with a member of their city government. What was that member's position in the government, and why did they end up severing ties? Now, Steve is the expert on this, so we're going to go to Steve first. Steve, what was the position within the government that they cut? And
this was Christchurch, Australia?
Yeah, no, Christchurch, New Zealand. Christchurch, Australia, yeah. Think of it like the same region, but more hobbits.
Okay, right, yeah. The Hobbit region, I got this.
The Hobbit region.
Well, everyone knows in the United States the lowest ranking elected official is a dog catcher. But in New Zealand, it is, of course, and has been for many years, a hobbit catcher. And the reason you don't see hobbits roaming the streets of Christchurch is not because they're fictional, but there is a Hobbit Wrangler. But they did recently do away with this position because all the tourists are coming to see these hobbits.
Because of the tourists. That makes a lot of sense. Now, Molly, you're an expert on this. We were talking about this recently. What was the position, and why did they sever ties?
The position was Christchurch Christopher, the official platypus of New Zealand. They got rid of him because he just wasn't living up to his platypus duties, which includes being a marsupial, looking really weird and confusing people on what kind of animal he is.
That makes a lot of sense. Nate, what's the answer?
Yeah, absolutely. The answer, it's weird. We're revolving this around animals, but it was the fact that they paid somebody to be a quackatapa, which the quokkas, which is the happiest animal on earth, are always smiling. This person was in charge of putting little tiny hats on them. And they would just run around. You're not legally allowed to touch them, so because they are very friendly. They had to get rid of the position.
That makes a lot of sense. Randy, what's your take on this?
What I believe, if I recall correctly, is that Christchurch is kind of where all of the historians of New Zealand are. And so they actually have a few paid historians that are part of the government. They're getting rid of the historian who was in charge of Old Zealand history. So they just want to focus on the future and New Zealand.
That's a shame.
All right. That makes a lot of sense. So, Casey, let me run those by you again just to refresh your memory. Steve said that the position that was eliminated was Hobbit Wrangler because tourists. Right? Molly said that Christchurch Christopher, the platypus not living up to his duties. Nate had the quackatapa, which of course the quokka, happiest wallaby, I guess?
Marsupial.
Roo-like animal. The quackatapa had to put the hat on the quokka. And Randy, the historian in charge of Old Zealand. So how would you like to score?
I think I have a question, actually, a follow-up.
Ooh, follow-up.
For Nate. Are these hats temporarily put on, or are they glued on? Because we've had some pigeon problems where people were gluing hats on pigeons. So, yeah.
Yes. So not glued on because, like I said, you're not supposed to touch them. They're very friendly, and they don't want to domesticate them. So there's an elastic band that you kind of try and get it on, and then let go before you actually touch them.
Gotcha. All right, great. Well, I'm going to give 1,000 points to Randy because I love the idea of Old Zealand not being relevant anymore.
All right. Okay. Makes it. Ironically, they did find out that Old Zealand is actually the continent of New Zealand, and New Zealand is likely a lost continent, the top part of a lost continent. So now it's up to you. What do you think the answer is? Because I'm not going to tell you. Check back later, and we'll let you know after 4 questions at the end of part 2, because clickbait. So our visiting professor tonight is Casey Pratt. Casey, like I've said twice before, because I wrote the script, is an equity stage manager that worked her way into film and television. She's worked on and off Broadway in regional houses and touring venues. She has pretty much every odd job known to man. Professional dog walker, right? Yeah. Children's birthday party entertainer, teacher, babysitter, friend with the New York Kids Club. She's enjoyed every moment of it. Now, she also has a theater degree from the University of Southern Maine. And you've been pursuing a career in entertainment ever since. She is currently working on the AD team for an untitled movie filming in New York City.
That's correct.
So, Casey, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. That is my life in a nutshell.
Now, Casey, we're all either in theater, some of us currently doing shows. Randy has a brief night off from his Christmas performances. Great. So as an equity stage manager, we understand You know, stage managers run the show, basically. Stage managers, you do not cross. The most dangerous animal in the theater is a stage manager. We know that you're a magical creature that runs off of coffee and willpower, basically, to quote the t-shirt. Now, we know what you do, but explain to the audience what a stage manager does.
A stage manager, I would say we do a lot of wrangling. Wrangling a lot of people, a lot of hats, a lot of jobs, a lot of scheduling, you know, just keeping that ship sailing, you know, being a friend to everyone.
So it's basically dog walking people.
Yeah.
That is a or hobbit analogy. Wrangling, if you will. Could be hobbit wrangling. Yeah.
So would you say it's more difficult to wrangle dogs, kids, or actors?
Ooh, good question.
That's a really tough question. I'm gonna have to.
What about child actors?
Yeah, you can say
or dogs in shows.
Dogs, dogs and kids in shows. Yeah, exactly.
What about a young dog actor?
Yeah, there you go. That would probably be the hardest.
A puppy actor.
Yeah.
So, Casey, what's the weirdest moment that you've had during a show?
Well, this actually was a cue of mine in one of the first shows I did. I did Annie at Paper Mill Playhouse, and my job was to catch the dog coming off, to catch Sandy. So I had to stand in the wing and catch Sandy, and then run Sandy up to Sandy's dressing room, and then come back downstairs and do the rest of the show. I just always thought that was so strange. Coincidentally enough, the dog that played Sandy in the Annie Live was the same Sandy that we had. So
was this it? I wonder if they had anybody to catch the dog there.
Yeah,
you had like a giant catcher's mitt. Yeah. So join us when we return for 4 questions and the answer to give me the details. What position did the city of Christchurch just eliminate from their city government? We have it all right here on Balderdash Academy. Remember to like and subscribe to this video. Also remember to support your show directly. We have ways to do that in the links in the description. We also have a school store where you can show your school pride. Again, link in the description. If you'd like to see us live, you can now book us for a show at your location. The details are online, whether you want improv comedy, game show events, or a live quiz show. We're here to help you out. And like I said, links to everything is in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Go Dashers! Go Dashers!